I am Masa Klavora, director of the WWI Foundation. How these first steps were done even in Slovenia 30 years ago, I also don't know, because these first steps in different local territories were done, but as I know by listening people who did this. First idea has to be born in the head of local people. If local people are aware that this heritage is important to protect, to research, but also to include in sustainable development, and if local people create their own local network, NGO, historical enthusiasts, municipality, museum, or maybe some development center, or I don't know, tourism partners, if they think that this heritage is valuable, not just for themselves, then first they have to research the heritage and of course protect and agree who will be responsible for this heritage. Also in next few years, not just in this moment and in this year, they have to know who is owner of different parts of different heritage and who is doing what. Then of course they have to think, can this heritage be put in municipal, in the trail in one municipality or two municipalities. They have to think together where they will create this path. Is it a hiking path, or is it a biking path, or maybe it is just a symbolic path which can be where heritage is, let's say, reached or visible by buses or just by cars. And of course they have to think if it is hiking path or biking, if they have all permissions of the founders of these different paths. And because also happened that maybe you have a lot of ideas and then we will put here 10 kilometers long path to put two different cemeteries together, but they promote this path, but they don't ask owner of this part of this path, and then maybe it happens that this owner closed this path, and then so you really have to be careful. We in Slovenia and also in Italy, I would say, more or less all this trail of the Walk of Peace is actually established on already before existed alpine hiking paths or other touristic paths. Just in some cases, we in Slovenia did new path. If you do new path in the nature, you have to, of course, check and always you have to think who will maintain it. Who will maintain info board, who will maintain paths, who will maintain heritage. It also depends on which maturity level is a certain point, and how quick this, of course, local network or local trail or is established, and how much important is for the territory. Because, of course, it is useful if, although the area is on a low maturity level, that this territory is in touch with other more experienced territories, so we can share experiences, we can help to each other. Not because we all have different experiences and we can exchange, but of course it is also depend on the law in each municipality or in each state or in each region, of course. And then they also have to think, how will be the name of my trail? We could also name our trail along the Isonza front. But we said, no, we will name our trail as, Walk of Peace. Under this idea it was born, but how will be the name of this trail? Yes, and it is great that the name is, positive, that can put also maybe, that is not attractive just for historians. What will be, of course, then design of this? If you do brochure, what kind of brochure? What will be our logo? How we will communicate, how many languages. In Slovenia, we have at least brochures in at least 4 languages: Italian, Slovenian, English, and German. On our info boards, we also have other languages, especially on the info boards which are set up on the war cemeteries. Also languages of other nations who were fighting and are buried there. Also, Czech, Bosniak, Polish, not just for the main one. But really depend on this heritage is just for themselves, just to protect and just to maybe commemorate, or that this heritage is also opportunity for sustainable development, cultural tourism, and for cross-border cooperation, or yes, international. But this is, political decision also. It is important that expert institutions are included, but this also has to be supported by local or regional or national politics. Why our foundation is coordinator of this big idea, because as I said, we are working on this topic daily. And also what we do through interreg funds, it has to be maintained for next few years after the project ends. And in the last project of interreg Danube Network, our partner from Austria, University of Krems, did website where were presented heritage from all this Danube territory. I think 200 First World War heritage were presented there, but Danube University from Krems is not anymore interested in this topic, and now this website even doesn't have a responsible person anymore because of interest, because we know that this history is much more than just Isonzo front. Also, yes, also even in the territory of Italy, Slovenia, it's also important what was going in the northern part of this big front line between southeast front line from Stelvio down to here, and because it is important that we are aware what happened after the 12th battle on Isonzo front, so what happened on Tilment, on Piave, that we created also this point of interest, so outside the physically connected, but this point of interest are of course also can be developed or can be structured also outside our Italian Slovenian frontline, that people are aware why we are doing this, that people are aware what all happened in all Europe, of course, not just here is our focus, but still all around Europe, if we have possibilities to present this story, and that local people are aware why is different heritage in their own territory. That is why we created also this point of interest structure where First World War heritage are presented, and this can be visible also on the website. Now, other point of interest that's much more important because of research. But also, you know, somewhere you have to start, and as said, first is research, and then is protection, and then is education, and then is tourism. You mustn't start this topic with touristic approaches. Also in this big transnational project network, we tried to identify different other heritage all around Europe and possible institutions who are interested in this topic with this long-term vision. With Promo Turismo, we really work daily on that topic for 10 years. For 10 years, really daily. So we have common promotional brochures, book guides, common website, common reservation system for guided tours, and we agree together about strategic questions. We now do together, it will be published end of this year, mobile hiking app application. Okay, we also signed agreement about Promo Turismo and Walk of Peace Foundation. It is really important that local structure, so municipality is included in this project or in this idea or trail. Without municipality, who is more or less is responsible for everything what is going in municipality, it's very difficult to do maybe bigger strategic steps. NGOs and local enthusiasts are very important, but if you want to work not just in your own local territory or for your own needs or just for some visitors, then you really have to create network of different institutions, and